D&Dark is an absurd, over-the-top comedy horror adventure that is intended for older audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions. Hello and welcome to D&Dark, a comedy horror adventure Realplay podcast, loosely based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and starring some of history's most infamous monsters. I'm Danger Dan Jerz, and I'm your host / Crypt Keeper.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben Magnet. I play Mary Frankenstein, our barbarian paladin, and last time... you know how everyone else was getting their legendary weapons and I hadn't gotten mine yet?
No, I don't know that.
Well, I finally got it. I mean, don't worry, Grayson, you'll get yours in a bit. Don't worry. I finally got my legendary weapon, which is freaking boss. It's called the Thunderbringer, and it wrecks fool shit. Also, we had a little visit from Auditor Oozdaus. We got into Dracula's gold hoard, and of course, we're like, ooh, shiny. But we only got we still got a decent chunk of gold, all of us did, but Jack wanted more. I kind of wanted more, but that's neither here nor there. And then we got into a fight with Dracula himself. His third coffin is smashed. So that's what we're doing.
Hello, I'm Grayson, play Jack Griffin, the piss-scared rogue.
That's a new class. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's part of the new PHP.
You know what? It's
the 2024 update.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
I
makes
see.
sense.
There you go. Anyway, Jack followed his friends into Warwick Castle and found all the gold.
Hey!
It was beautiful, it was wonderful, and completely ruined by a little imp. After all that, Mary, got his really fucking awesome weapon, and it is incredible. I want to see all the damage.
Hello, my name is Daniel Cruz. I play Imhotep the Mummy, and last session we got into Warwick Castle. We found Dracula's hoard of gold, and a certain boxy little umbrella-wearing boss came in and took a bulk of that hoard of gold. We went through a not at all suspicious setup to get all the way to Dracula. And I think the people are forgetting to mention is that Wheeler and Renfield just had power word kill.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That's just a thing he used on himself, thank God. But he just had that?
Since episode 1.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and I play Larry Talbot, a lycanthropic warlock. And like everybody has said, we entered Warwick Castle, found it surprisingly easy to walk through. No traps, no people, nothing. Just doors wide open, welcoming us in. We were able to go see his hoard. Imhotep was able to make good on his deal to Mammon. And then we walked all the way back down to Dracula's throne room. After letting Renfield's ghost go and cause a distraction for us, which we were all more than happy to let him go and do. And then found that not Renfield, but Raynor was back. And some interesting conversation between him and Dracula. We found out he had power word kill, which is scary and might be a future problem, but maybe that was just a little treat for Dan. But Renfield was indeed trying to make an opening for us and kept messaging us just wait for it now, which puts us in a very interesting predicament. And now we're fighting Dracula. We've got his coffin, and we're gonna try our best, by gum. But lots of questions going forward.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron, and I play the Angel of Music, our bard.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Last time we showed up to Warwick Castle, and I was so fucking randy to go fight Dracula. It was time. We were about to go kick his ass. There was literally nothing standing in our way. We could walk in a straight fucking line to get there. And what did we do? We drifted off to the right and spent a goddamn hour faffing around with gold and Oozdaus. I'm so glad Ben got a sick weapon out of it. That's amazing. He's immediately put it to super cool use, smashing a coffin. But my God, Phantom's first great test, patience.
The great test of all of us, my friend. The great test for all of us.
All right, and with that, let's get testing.
No.
I don't want to.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys 1 minute collectively to strategize.
Bliss.
We're all too close together, so I cannot wall of light him yet. Get the fuck away from him when you can, so I can throw some radiant damage around. Until then, I'm going to up our action economy.
Ooh.
What do we think? Do we want Imhotep beating up spawns or Drac himself?
Beat up Drac himself and then go to spawns.
The faster we get Drac done, we might not have to deal with the extras, but
I was also going to say that in order to help you guys out, I was thinking about dropping a smoke bomb, but I don't know if that's going to do anything for his sight.
that would probably hurt us too.
All right, and that's time.
Okay.
So, Phantom, it is your turn. Because you got a nat 20 in initiative, you will go before the lair action.
I have a question. Is this map accurate to what is in the room?
Oh.
What are you asking?
Is there a really sick as hell statue of a gallant knight on a steed? And would you say that its classification is huge or smaller?
Yeah.
I will say sure. So to describe the playing field here, we are in what I've been calling the throne room, which is basically a big open area that's got a stairway that leads up to like an upper balcony area. There's a lot of like very large ornate bookshelves and ladders. And by the entryway, there are 2 statues of knights on horseback. So as far as animate object goes, I will say yes, you do have those statues at your disposal.
Yes, and they would be huge or large?
They would be large.
Oh, that's so sick. Dracula, you've been doing some pretty rough stuff, and you're fucking up England. Good job, by the way. We've been trying to do that for years over in France. But is there any twinkle of remorse in your heart?
The only regret I have is that I didn't accomplish this sooner.
Then I oppose you, Dracula. And then Phantom's gonna run away.
Yeah!
But I'm still within range to cast Animate Object.
Hell yeah.
Choose up to 10 non-magical objects. However, large targets count as 4. So both statues are gonna come to life. And bonus action, they're both going to attack Dracula.
That's really sick. That's so cool.
What are the stats for this attack?
25 and 19 to hit.
Both of them will hit.
Ooh.
Sweet. And then it is 2d10 plus 2 damage each.
Holy hell.
Cut in half because he is resistant to piercing, slashing, bludgeoning.
God damn it.
Oh, yep.
Plus 4 would be 23 cut in half.
So that will be 11 damage.
Nice work, boys! And that's all of my stuff.
Heck yeah, dude.
All right. Then for the lair action, I'm going to roll to see which one we get.
A cool one that helps us.
Yeah.
If we get an initiative scramble.
Speaking of, all creatures' perception of time are altered such that they must re-roll initiative.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that.
All right, so new initiative is enacted. So for this next round, we are jumping to Imhotep. It is your turn.
Damn it. I have a thing I want to do, but there's so many people here.
Hi, I'm in your radius.
You are in my radius. I'm going to make my attack, and if I hit, it's literally just the fact that my sword is still inside of his gut from when I cast that one spell, just pulling it out. If not, I guess he glitches a little bit, and I just pull it out, nothing happens. But that is a very big to hit. That is 28 to hit.
Holy shit.
28 will hit.
So he'll take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slashing. It's halved, I assume.
So he will take 5 slashing.
Okay, and then he will take 2d8 necrotic.
Also cut in half.
No.
He is immune. Your ability makes him resistant.
Fuck.
So
that's a total of 9.
So that would round to 4.
And then my thing here says 1d8 force to undead. I don't think that is.
Yep, undead take an additional d8 of force.
All right, so he's going to take an additional 8 force damage.
All right, excellent turn.
I am then going to run away. I'm going to suggest people do the same because I have a thing, but I need people to not be next to him.
aye, Captain.
Like, literally just don't be right next to him.
All right, it is now Dracula's turn. And Dracula is going to make a multi-attack on Larry, who is directly in front of him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So with this multi-attack, he can use his Frightful Presence and make 3 attacks. So his Frightful Presence Each creature within 120 feet must make a DC 16 wisdom save or become frightened for 1 minute.
18!
Thank God my wisdom mod is a +9. Ooh-wee, because I got exactly 16.
17, thank God.
Is this worth the inspiration?
That's actually a really good question.
That is up to you.
It just makes me frightened.
It makes you frightened of him, so you cannot willingly move closer to him, and you have disadvantage on attacks against him.
The disadvantage sucks, but the moving away is part of the plan, so I rolled a 14. I'll take this. I take
He
the
is
fear.
right there. Much scarier for you.
He is right there.
So I believe only Larry is affected by this, so Larry, you are frightened.
I did roll a natural 1. I don't know if that gets me anything worse.
Oh, yeah, you are frightened.
And you pee.
Just a little.
Awesome.
With a nat 1, I don't remember what spell it is specifically, but it will take the form of one of the fear-based spells, where on top of not being able to willingly move closer and having disadvantage to hit him, you now actively have to spend your movement getting as far away from him as possible.
Excellent.
So, Frightful Presence, and then he is going to make a claw attack.
Nat 1.
That is going to be a 29. And instead of dealing any damage, he is going to grapple you.
This went bad so fast.
He is also going to, I forgot to do this at the top of his turn, so he's going to do it now. He's going to regenerate for 20 health.
He's gonna regenerate for fucking what?
And then he's going to make a bite attack at Larry.
You're not gonna like that, I don't think.
Nat 1, so no, he won't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
So I will say you will not suffer the attack. He will immediately let go. So describe what happens as he goes to try to bite you.
I think as he goes to try and bite Larry, as soon as fangs touch skin, suddenly the flash of the eyes of the wolf come out at him in instinctual response to the presence of Orcus, and just sends a shock through his system. Nothing harmful, but just a whoa.
It surprises him just long enough for you to wiggle out of his grip.
Yeah, I don't get why things always try to bite me.
And then he's going to make a third claw attack at you to try to get you back.
Oh, hell.
And that is a 24. This time he's just going to deal the damage. So that will be 15 damage.
Oof. All right.
And then he is going to use his movement.
Please take 3 damage.
He will take 3 thunder damage. As he flies away from the 2 animated statues, he can move 40 feet.
What? Not away from little old me?
Which I'm going to say he's going to start flying towards Mary.
Great. Flying towards me.
And that will end his turn. So Phantom, it is now your turn.
Fantastic. Well, for reasons that are very unfortunate, the statues can't follow. They have blind sight to 30 feet and then can't see shit past that. He is 35 feet away.
Oof.
So Phantom takes off his mask and rubs his temples. He's like, okay, fine. They had their time in the sun.
He takes his mask off?
Oh, yeah. I know who I am now.
Aw.
Imhotep looks over, sees it for the first time, goes, oh my god! Ah!
Okay, I'm gonna sheepishly put that back on, but then
Sorry! Wasn't here for the first time that happened!
I drop my concentration on the statues. They just lamely fall back down as little objects. And then I'm like, hey, Dracula, you got away from all my friends, idiot. And Wall of Light.
Please describe Wall of Light.
A shimmering wall of bright light appears at a point I choose within range, which is 120 feet. The wall appears in any orientation I choose. When the wall appears, each creature in its area must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 48 radiant damage and is blinded for a minute. On a successful save, it takes half. Also, a creature that ends its turn in the wall takes 48 radiant damage. And then until the spell ends, this will be future turns, I can use an action to launch a beam of radiance from the wall at one creature I can see within 60 feet.
See, mine was very similar, except mine's a cylinder.
So that was a 24 on that con save.
So it's going to be 2d8.
Doubled because he is vulnerable to radiant damage.
Hell yeah.
The brides are technically on a higher elevation.
It is 10 feet high. I don't know if they're more than 10 feet up.
I will say that they are 10 feet up.
It's burning your little toesies.
It's just a matter of whether it can span from being across the ground and spill out onto the balcony, or...
It says the wall appears, it can be free-floating or rest on a solid surface.
Oh, well, if it's free-floating, then yeah, I will say
it
sure.
can be free-floating.
So I will have the two rides make their saves. So that's an 11 and a 16.
My DC is 16, so one of them passes.
Okay, so one of them will take double damage, and one of them will take regular damage, because they are also vulnerable to radiant.
15, 15, and 30!
Nice.
And also, whichever bride takes the double damage is blinded.
Ooh.
Well, if you can believe it, I'm genuinely not done yet, because I still have my bonus action, which I'm going to use my conducting technique, Resonance. You shape the harmonic vibrations of a weapon's movements into a dangerous sonic enhancement. Using a bonus action, you can expend and roll a bardic inspiration die, choosing one weapon within 60 feet of you. Until the end of my next turn, all attacks with that weapon will deal additional thunder damage equal to half of my bardic inspiration roll. Minimum of 1. Oh, Mary!
Yes?
Do you want to go ahead and add 3 to your attack?
I would love it to add 3 to my attacks. Why, yes.
Then do so! And that'll do it.
All right, so Grayson, it is your turn.
All right, popping out from the underside of the desk that he was hiding under, I'm gonna go ahead and make a crossbow attack at this bride over here. So I'm betting that'll be sneak attack, but I don't know if they're gonna be resistant to piercing.
It would be a sneak attack, but because Dracula is still within visible range of you, that will be disadvantaged, so that would cancel out. So it'll be just a regular roll to hit.
Well, fine. I'll take it. Every little bit helps, right? 19 plus 7, so 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
4 damage on that bride.
4 damage, that'll be cut in half because it is resistant to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning.
And because I know that I have to use all of my movement to like run away from this man. Oh my goodness, this is so far. All right, I have run away, and can I use a bonus action to hide?
You certainly can. Go ahead and roll stealth.
So rolling stealth, and then you said I could roll to save for...
Yes, that'll be another wisdom save.
Okay, that's 19 for stealth.
That is a 33 on perception from Dracula.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is some BBEG shit right here.
Yeah.
I will say you're hidden from the spawn, but not from Dracula.
Okay, and I'm still frightened of him because I rolled a 6 total.
All right. Then, as a legendary action, Dracula is going to move out of this wall of light. Not move the wall of light, move Dracula.
Take the wall and push it somewhere else.
And he is going to fly back behind the Frankenstein monster. And now it is your turn.
Shouldn't have done that. And I assume my rage from earlier has been expunged, so I go back into a rage.
All right.
You've just been angry for the last hour.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
So that is a dexterity saving throw.
Yep, DC 15.
That is 14 exactly.
Oh, it was a 15. Ha ha ha.
Ooh. Oh, it was 15. Okay, so that does hit.
He takes 2 damage. I rolled 2 ones.
All right. Then go ahead and make your melee attacks.
How did you know? 21.
Woo!
21 will hit.
Cool. So, a D8 plus 7 plus 3, and because I'm raging, that gets an extra plus 2 damage. And also, Dan, just because I hit, I want to cast Divine Smite.
Woo!
All right, so tack on that extra damage.
13 damage from the hammer itself.
Every source of that 13 is going to get cut in half.
Okay.
This smite will do double.
Is Dracula resistant to thunder damage?
Assume that Dracula's resistant to everything.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Except radiant damage.
Ooh, okay. 9 in total, 5 and 4.
All right.
So 9 radiant damage and 13 cut in half would be 6.
So there we go. So that is your first hit.
That's my first hit. Gonna do it again. 27 to hit.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to do Divine Smite one more time.
Okay, so same thing, cut the damage of everything minus the smite in half.
That is equal 17. Cut in half would be 8. And the Divine Smite damage is going to be 5.
Okay.
That ends my turn. That was able to whack him.
And as a legendary action, he's going to whack you back.
Oh.
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
So that is going to be 15 slashing damage. Because it is slashing, it will be quartered.
Because I'm raging and already resistant.
So that will be 4 damage.
Okay.
All right, and now it is the bride's turns. They are too far away to be able to do anything currently, so they are all just going to run up closer.
Yay.
We'll take it.
Oh no.
Well, hopefully 2 of them get hurt by the radiant of the wall of light. That'd be nice.
They'd have to stop and hang out in it, so I'm going to hit that one with a doubt.
Yep, the 2 that are still on the opposite side of the wall of light are going to use their spider climb feature to walk up the walls around them.
Ooh.
So they will spend their whole turns just trying to get closer.
Oh, they're so close.
And then the one that is blinded, do they get to remake their con save for the wall of light?
Ah, yes. Blinded creature can make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each turn.
That is a 9, so still blinded.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
So Larry, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna hit him with 2 Eldritch Blasts since I can't get closer to him. 6 and a 2 plus 8 won't do it. I guess I'm just gonna hang tight and try and roll to save from my fear.
Wisdom save DC 16.
Yay! 17 plus 6.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, all right. Back in the game.
All right, you are no longer scared.
Congrats, Larry.
And does that end your turn?
That ends my turn.
All right, Dracula's going to use 3rd legendary action to make another claw attack at Mary.
Okay. Okay.
31.
Fucking hell.
Once again, that's going to be 15, quartered, so 4.
Okay.
And then now it is the lair action. Magical fog billows around one creature Dracula can see within 120 feet, mentally binding that creature to Dracula. Until the lair action on the next round, anytime Dracula takes damage, that mentally bound creature must succeed on a DC 18 con save. On a failure, Dracula takes half damage and the remaining is transferred to that bound creature.
God.
No.
When Dracula fails a saving throw against a spell or effect, the bound creature must also make the same saving throw or have the effect transferred onto them.
Oh.
Jesus.
So, well, it's gonna be Mr. Wall of Light.
Oh.
Oh God, I can get his thoughts. Oh, they're horny.
So, this magical necrotic mist begins to fog up around you and circles around your head, and you can feel your life force being tethered onto him as this fog essentially vampirically extracts your essence. And now it is Dracula's turn. So Dracula first is going to roll to recharge his breath weapon.
Oh.
That is a 2, so it does not recharge.
Good.
He is then going to multi-attack, 1 claw, and 2 slashes with his Vorpal Greatsword.
Oh dear.
So the claw first. That is a 16.
Does not hit.
He then reaches into his cloak and pulls out a floating greatsword that swings over to you as he flicks his wrist to make a swipe. 33 and a 27.
So right before the greatsword comes out, I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Did I break a nail? And then the greatsword comes out and goes, oh.
And the Vorpal Greatsword ignores resistance to slashing damage.
Oh. But I'm still raging.
You are still raging. So you'll take 13 damage.
Okay.
And then I will have him use a bonus action Shadow Warp to melt away into the shadows and pop back up behind Phantom Larry, Imhotep, and Jack.
Oh, hell.
Oh, hey.
And that will end his turn. Because Dracula took radiant damage in the previous round, he does not regenerate this turn.
Yay!
Yay.
So now, Imhotep, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go here and I'm going to cast my spell Dawn.
Ooh, please describe Dawn.
The light of dawn shines down on the location you specify within range. Until the spell ends, a 30-foot radius, 40-foot tall cylinder of bright light glimmers there. The light is sunlight. When the cylinder appears, each creature in must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 4d8 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. And I can move it up to 60 feet every turn as a bonus action.
All right. Where's it dropping?
Where's it dropping, boys?
Twisted Towers.
I'm trying to find the best spot. It's dropping right here. 4d10 radiant damage that is, in fact, just sunlight.
What's the save they have to make?
Constitution.
19 and 17.
They pass.
So they still take half damage,
Yeah,
though,
so they're
right?
still going to take 2d8. 13 damage. And does this do any extra thing because it is, in fact, sunlight? This isn't just radiant light. This is sunlight.
For Dracula, the sunlight will actively harm him. For the Spawn, it gives them disadvantage on their attacks and saves and advantage to hit them.
Okay.
All right, and then as a legendary action,
Oh no.
Dracula is going to make a claw attack at Phantom.
I thought we were real friendly. We don't have to come to blows.
So he rolled a 19 plus 14, so that's going to be a 33.
I just missed it.
I know that new armor is really coming in handy.
And he is going to choose to grapple you instead of dealing damage.
Oh.
Okay.
And it is now your turn, so you are grappled.
Cute trick binding yourself to me. But I can't let you get away. And the C# is gonna like jump up and hover above Phantom so we can look up and like angle from the wall of light. And I'll do the use an action to launch a beam of radiance at one creature.
Very cool.
Is that a saving throw or a spell attack?
It's a spell attack. It will do the 4d8, but it does not blind anymore. 18?
An 18 does not hit.
Oh.
It zooms right past us, and then Phantom sort of like blushes and shrugs. As he's shrugging, he like shakes his sleeve and a little rose comes out and he tosses it to Larry for a bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
And he's like, well, it was worth a try, right?
All right, then using 2 legendary actions,
Oh, ooh, well,
Dracula is going to bite you. That is going to be a 17 to hit. And that's going to deal... That's going to be 20 piercing damage.
Oh.
Plus 12 necrotic damage. Dracula is going to heal for 12. And your max HP is reduced by 12.
Ooh.
Oh.
sorry, y'all, I tried.
Ooh. Hang in there, bud.
So now it is Jack's turn.
I know that we had the statues come to life earlier, so I'm just not sure if they're in the same position.
They are reset back to where they were.
Okay, so does that mean that I would not be able to see him based off of his positioning?
I will say if you position yourself behind the statues, you will not have line of sight to him.
Okay, and that should hopefully give me sneak attack on one of these brides, because
they are in sunlight.
Yep, and I can't do anything against Dracula right now.
So go ahead, this will be considered a sneak attack.
20 to hit?
A 20 will hit.
That's going to be 30 damage for sneak attack on this one right here. That's right in front of Imhotep.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out the portrait and drop it on the ground and then hide in the portrait.
Okay, you are hidden in the portrait.
Yay! And then I think I get to roll for the wisdom thing.
Yes, you can make another save. So it is a DC 16 wisdom save.
So that's a 9 total. Nope, I'm still scared.
All right, so Ben, it is your turn.
All right. Well, since Dracula ran away like a little bitch, I'm just gonna scooch up right past the radiant wall.
And then just scoot under it.
Just scoot under it. He still bound to Phantom, so that's not gonna do anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the javelin, I'm gonna chuck it at this vampire bride right here.
Oh my god, please hit Dracula. My whole plan was to keep the radiant damage up so he can't regenerate. Guys, he's gonna get 32 health back. if it reaches his turn and we haven't touched him radiantly.
But the javelin doesn't do radiant. It's a javelin of lightning.
Can you do a smite on a javelin?
Smite does not work with ranged weapons.
Oh, no, it's a melee. Yeah, with Divine Smite, it's a melee.
Okay.
No!
If you guys can get clear, I can move my giant 30-foot sunlight damage.
His turn's gonna come up before that, though.
Yeah.
And I am cuddling him.
You are snuggling.
Well, he's just gonna get 30 back.
I mean, it's only 20 more because the original's the 12, but
Yeah.
want.
I'll just go after this vampire bride just to try and make our lives a little bit easier so we don't have another thing coming at us. That is a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Okay, sweet. That is 4 plus 6, so 10. 10 damage total.
All right, so that one will take 10.
I summon the javelin back, and I chuck it at her again. That's a nat 1.
With a nat 1, you tell me what happens.
Oh. She apparently anticipates it, so she just dodges, and the javelin soars and is plunged into the wall super deep that I can't summon it back.
All right, so you will have to physically retrieve the javelin to get it back.
Yeah. Shit.
All right, and I'm assuming that ends your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, so it is now the bride's turns. The two that are in sunlight are going to try to get out of the sunlight. They're going to both converge on Imhotep. Is Dawn concentration or...
Yes.
They're going to try to break your concentration. So they are both going to make 2 claw attacks. So that is a 19, a 6, a 16, and a 5.
19 to 6, 16 to 5, 2 of them hit.
So they will deal... That will deal 8 damage and 9 damage. So make me 2 Constitution saving throws, DC 10, to maintain your concentration.
First roll is a crit fail by sunlight. Yeah, well, now I gotta start doing stuff to Drac with these bitches on me.
Then the other two are going to make an attack on Larry.
Oh! One of them still blinded? Question mark.
One of them is still blinded, so they will have disadvantage to hit. So one of them was a 6 and one of them was a nat 1, with both of them having disadvantage.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
So what I will say for the nat 1, that will impose disadvantage on the other vampire spawn as the two are getting in each other's way. So this one will also have disadvantage to attack. So that is a 12 and a 17.
17 will hit.
Okay, so only 1 claw attack hits you out of the 4.
I'll take it.
Wow.
So that will be 9 damage.
Wipe!
And that is both vampire spawn's turns. Larry, it is your turn.
I could do another scythe attack to try and free Vordenberg, but I do have a means of radiant. How bad we feeling about Dracula getting that regeneration?
Bad.
Yeah, I don't want him to get it.
Oh, I don't want to leave you getting everybody though. Oh well, hopefully this will drop you. I'm gonna try and wiggle away from the ladies, and I'm gonna look behind me, see that wall of light, and think I could maybe. And Larry's gonna put out his hands to do wall of light.
That's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
When you brought it out last time, I was like, oh shit, so they swapped that out? No, we need all the radiant we can get.
Yup.
There's this tear and ripple crackle through the air as it opens up this big ol' rift.
Depending on where you're angling it, you could get the other 2 vampire spawn that are with Imhotep, but you would also get Imhotep.
I don't want to get him. I think we need all the HP we can get. So,
It'd be like that. Because then you could get the 2 near Imhotep, and then
one
Drac
of those,
and one
that could work. Is that a viable selection?
That is a viable selection.
Okay.
So you hit 1 fewer vampire spawn, but you also don't hit Phantom.
Yeah, I'll take it. So, what needs to happen now? When the wall appears, each creature in its area must make a Constitution saving throw.
Dracula's is an unnatural 20.
Ah, you little stinker. He will take half.
He is vulnerable, so he takes...
Oh, he takes
He
full.
will take the normal amount of damage, but he will not be
Hell
blinded.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And then the 2 spawn 7 and 7. So they both fail.
Sweet.
Nice.
The 2 spawn will both take double damage. Dracula will take the regular
Very
damage.
good. Rolling it up, rolling it up. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 radiant damage.
So Dracula will take 14, and he will not heal this next round.
Well, Dracula will take 7.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So Phantom will take 7 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
I begged for this.
Each of the vampire spawns will take 28 and be blinded. One of them will be incinerated.
Hell yeah.
As it crosses through that one vampire spawn, it burns her, but she's rended apart through almost slashing as these jagged edges of light.
She's like vivisected by it.
Exactly, vivisected by these light shards just tearing through her.
So say farewell to the Countess Dolingen of Graz.
Oh no!
Oh.
By Countess Dolingen of Graz.
I'm so sorry, Countess the Legion of Graz.
Don't be sorry, she
Oh my
wanted to
God.
kill us.
I don't know who you were.
Farewell, the only of the brides of Dracula to be given a name.
Aww.
Yeah, I looked it up. They are never named in any of the source material. There is a spin-off book called Dracula's Guest, where one of them is identified as the Countess Dolingen of Graz. The other 2 are never identified.
And Larry's just like, oh, that didn't look nice. And that's my turn.
So now it is the lair action. A 15-foot sphere of magical darkness will begin to spread from a point within 60 feet of Dracula. So he is going to recoil and hiss as he begins to burn from the searing radiance of that wall of light. He drops that psychic mist that's swirling around Phantom, and a 15-foot sphere of magical darkness will begin to billow up from behind Larry.
Oh, no. Leave me alone.
But that will be the lair action. Now it is Dracula's turn. He is going to immediately get out of this wall of light. So he's going to drop Phantom
Yay!
Yay! Phantom's free.
and make way for the sphere of darkness. On his way in, he is going to make a multi-attack against Larry.
Oh no.
But why?
Larry already covered in claw marks. It's like, come on, man.
So that is going to be 1 claw and 2 greatsword attacks.
As a reminder for Dan and the friends at home, I have an AC of 13.
That was a 24, a nat 1, and a 21.
Oh, well, the nat 1.
I'm going to say that nat 1 is going to give him disadvantage on the damage for the other sword hit.
Bless.
No, I think he said disadvantage.
But crash. So that first claw attack will deal... That will be 13 damage on the claw attack.
Oh.
14 damage on the greatsword. And he will take his movement to retreat into the darkness, where he will hide.
What a dick.
As he sinks away into the shadows and can now pop up anywhere in the room.
What a jerk. What a fucking jerk.
Sort of a mechanical question. Is he just part of the darkness swirling mist in there and is technically in there but can slide anywhere? Or does he just not exist temporarily?
He temporarily does not exist.
Ooh, I hate that.
I hate that too. What the hell?
Also, Larry, roll to maintain your concentration.
I did. Chillin'.
Okay, cool. And that will end Dracula's turn, so now I will give you all 1 minute to strategize. Go.
I'm going to patch up Larry and also try to give us all some temp HP.
I can go and attack this bride right here. Just straight up whack her.
I'm going to try and read the book.
Wiggle the book?
I'm going to wiggle the book, but I think reading it and making it do something is probably going to draw his attention more.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. because I have disadvantage on Drac, and luckily I can't see him, I'm just going to be trying to focus on crowd control. So until I save against that frighten, I won't be doing much against him.
All right, and that's time. So, Imhotep, it is your turn.
So, first thing, I'm gonna run away from the bride, gets to a spot of cover, immediately pulls out the book, looks at it and says, I really wish there was a different way to do this, but he puts it down on the floor and he opens it up, starts to read. All of a sudden, this orange cat-shaped telephone appears. And of course, I don't recognize that because that knowledge has been completely wiped from existence.
Oh, that's true.
Do I have to do an insanity roll for this?
Yes, roll a d100, and then the spell you are casting is Contact Other Plane, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Contact Other Plane. You mentally contact a demigod, the spirit of a long-dead sage, or some other mysterious entity from another plane. Contacting this extraplanar intelligence can strain or even break your mind. When you cast the spell, make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That is a 21.
21, you are fine. So you have successfully contacted another plane. So you, like Speak with Dead, you can now direct up to 5 questions to an entity that is in another plane of existence.
I reach out to the ethereal plane and I'm looking for Kilmarnock the Beholder. And when I find him, or detect his presence, my first question is, wanna fuck up the Dracula?
I'm gonna roll a d4. That is a 1. So in 1 round, he will be added to the initiative.
Ooh.
Yay!
Doesn't need to answer. I just feel the shift in the environment to go, I'll take that as a yes. By the way, my insanity roll was 52.
Your legs become unstable for 1d6 hours.
Oh.
No.
During which time you have disadvantage on dex checks and saving throws. If you move your full speed on a turn, you must make a DC 16 dexterity check or fall
A little
prone.
wobbly in the knees.
Hey. He tries to stand up and just flops back to his knees.
Oh.
I don't like this. But I think for now that's my turn, is just getting Kilmarnock here and around.
That's huge. That's basically a summon.
Pretty much.
That's a pretty significant one.
Yeah.
New pet, new pet, new pet, new pet.
God damn it, every time.
All right, so that ends your turn. Phantom, it is your turn.
Phantom's gonna look over, following Dracula as he runs into the darkness, see him absolutely body Larry. I'd be like, be more careful, mon ami. And obviously that's the new healing word. I will level 2 it.
Hey.
Glad that I did. That will be 13 health to Larry.
Hey.
And then I take a quick look around and nobody's looking phenomenal or untouched, I think. I actually don't know how we're all doing, but there's no point in not doing this. So the swirling, hissing sounds of the darkness, the magical darkness orb, start to sound more like maracas. Ooh. And we're all having kind of a good time as I use my conducting technique. Majestic Anthem.
Ooh.
And they're a cool wartime maraca shake. Good luck with that one, Dan. Anyway.
Those notorious instruments of war.
Yeah. Pulled from the chaos, you muster an uplifting melody that bolsters the resolve of your allies. You can expend and roll a bardic inspiration die as an action, and all other creatures you choose within 60 feet. Oh, fuck. We'll see how that goes. Gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled plus your charisma modifier.
Ooh.
Yes. These temporary hit points last until the end of your next turn. So if you're going to do something dummy and dangerous, do it now.
Okay.
Because 11 hit points. Oh my god. 11 hit points to our team.
Yay!
Yay!
10 HP.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phantom.
Phantom's trying to give you a thumbs up, but he's pantomiming the maracas, so he can't really stop and do the thumbs up part. And it looks desperate. He's sweating and his eyes are pleading, but he's maracing the shit out of it.
Hell yeah.
That's my turn, I think. I'm pretty safe. I'm going to go ahead and move north a little bit, away from the brides.
That's fair.
But I want to stay in the fucking wall of light zone. I feel like that's a fun... Like, this is the Dracula fuck zone right here. Yeah, step in here. Do it. Lasers everywhere.
Between the two walls of light. Yeah. It's like a rave.
Isn't every zone the Dracula fuck zone?
Oh.
Get out of here, Marlo!
If I could prestidigitate a squirt bottle right now.
No, bad.
All right, so learning that those jokes are off limits to me now, then. Dracula's going to use a legendary action
No!
to manifest behind Imhotep.
Turns around. Oh God, I'm on my knees. Oh boy, here we go.
God damn it.
Daniel, if he can't make the jokes, neither can we. It's gotta be all or nothing.
No, I did this to myself.
Can I take away Imhotep's temp HP?
I might do that for you.
You're gonna what?
He's gonna make a claw attack at you. 21.
Oh, that hits.
That's gonna be 14 damage.
Oh my God.
And then now it is Jack's turn.
Well, because I'm still frightened, I have to run away from Dracula. God, I really wish I could be more useful, but I can't. Jack is going to pull his dagger and short sword and go for a sneak attack on the closest of the brides, because Drac is right behind me, and I thought I'd have a lot more space. I assume his bride is considered undead?
Vampires and Spawn are considered undead.
Awesome, so that's going to be my bonus for Van Helsing's dagger.
All right, so go ahead and roll to hit.
20?
A 20 will hit.
22 damage. So Jack's gonna run in, just take his dagger and jam it into her side, like right where her kidney is. And then as he's essentially running by, he's gonna make his way over to Larry.
Hi.
Hey, Dracula's like right over there.
Can't see him. Big ol' wall of light.
Perfect. I like it. He's gonna pull out the enchanted picture frame and dive back into it and hide.
Anybody is welcome, except for the baddies.
They all snap their fingers.
Oh wait, yeah. Is the painting a threshold? Like, does Dracula just have to be mad tapping on the glass outside? Like, I will get in there.
Hey, establish that as a place of residence real quick.
All right, go ahead and remake the save on the frightened condition. It is a DC 16 wisdom save.
Nope, that's 11. I'm still frozen with fear.
Fear.
All right, so that ends your turn. Mary, it is your turn.
So I have a question. I want to rush this bride right here and hit her with the Thunderbringer and use one of my charges. I was just reading it, and it says it knocks her prone. Can I knock her into the wall of light so she takes more radiant damage?
I will allow that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
First things first, I'm going to rush here and lightning bolt her, DC 15 save for her.
That is a 19 on that save.
Okay, well, she makes them half damage. I rolled a 4, so she gets 2 lightning damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my first attack on her using one of the charges. So it's a 17 DC save.
16.
Does like a baseball swing.
So that is going to send her into the wall of light.
So let me roll for that. Ooh, that's 10.
Oh, sweet, she's dead. I like it.
She's not looking good, but she's not dead.
And use my second attack to burn up one of my rages to re-roll for Thunderbringer to knock her prone into the wall of light. Let me roll a d4 to see how many charges I get. I haven't done that yet. I get 3 charges. Cool.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
And that was a 4 and a 2 on those saves, so they are both prone.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So that means they get the full 2d8s. They get 10 damage and are knocked prone.
Hell yeah.
All right, so the one that you knocked back is dead.
Yeah!
Good.
The other one that you just knocked
God.
prone is not, but is prone and is in the wall of light.
Here comes the boom! And just slam my hammer down.
Yeah.
And I look at the other one, I was like, guess what? Here comes the boom again! And I slam it down again.
Hey, Mary, can you boom this guy too? Ow!
You can only boom once.
I do like a little rage, like, as I like a Super Saiyan charge up Thunderbringer again. And I look over at Dracula and I'm like, oh, he's gonna get the boom. And that's my turn.
All right. Dracula is going to, as a legendary action, shadow warp to you.
My
hello.
hubris. Oh, well, you know what? He warps to me. I just go, like, oh, he wants the boom now.
I want to give you an opportunity to live up to your word.
Dang.
Is he seriously doing the fucking perfect Cell to Vegeta thing? Where he says, hit me as hard as you can.
It feels like the vibe.
Yeah, it really does.
Fuck. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing my next turn.
So it is the bride's turns.
Boo.
Come on, get a nice tan.
Yeah, so first, face full of light spawn is going to use half her movement to get unprone, is going to run out of the wall of light, and is going to attempt a bite attack on you.
On me?
On you.
Oh, no.
She's gonna turn into a spider.
Hopefully she doesn't.
It's going to miss anyway. That was 14.
Everyone just breathes the sigh of relief.
You know what? Instead of clamping down on skin, she just gets a face full of metal because I just bring Thunderbringer up to block.
And then she's going to make a claw attack, which will hit. That's going to be a 24.
That does hit.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So that is going to be 8 slashing damage, quartered. That's going to be 2 damage.
Yeah, I'm at 9 temp HP.
Wow.
Yay!
And then the other vampire spawn is going to try to identify where Jack is. So go ahead and roll stealth for your hide while she rolls perception opposed. That is a 22 perception.
24.
Okay, so either she doesn't see or she doesn't register.
The painting on the floor. Hell yeah. Low intelligence. Gotta love it.
She sees the picture frame on the ground and hasn't put together yet, what the hell is this weird thing? All right, and that will end the spawn's turn before it goes over to Larry as a legendary action.
Why do they get legendary actions too? Since when?
They don't get legendary actions, but Dracula hasn't used all of his.
Oh, what a dick.
He's going to make a claw attack at Mary.
Okay.
Rude.
That is exactly 20.
Damn it. Yeah, that hits.
So that will deal
Come on. Halved and quartered.
14, so that'll be 4 damage.
Man, this temp HP is helping me out so much right now.
So he shadow warps behind you, gets your attention, and nicks you as a provocation as he makes his claim of, you speak boastfully of what you can do. Allow me to give you the opportunity to prove yourself.
I assume like when he nicks him, it's over his cheek and starts bleeding a little bit. Mary just takes his tongue, licks the blood, and just gets an even more sinister grin as his rage and anger and I guess righteous fury just looks at Dracula and goes, gladly.
And then turns into a spider.
All right, Larry, it is your turn.
All right. So Larry, while all this is happening, is not realizing he's been kind of shuffling his feet to the maraca beat and then goes, oh, wait. And he's going to run back towards Phantom and kind of put himself in between Dracula, the bride, and Phantom because he's been a real homie, giving me lots of boosts. So I got to repay the favor.
I also realize I completely forgot to do the other half of this vampire spawn's turn. I will take her turn after you finish yours.
All right, he's going to like point a finger gun at Dracula, and a little ray of light is going to just careen from the wall. Will slam into him, and I will make an attack. Ooh, it's a nat 20! Yeah!
All right, so doubled because vulnerable, so that's 8d8, and then doubled again because of the nat 20, that is 16d8.
That's Larry's breath weapon.
So 19 plus 23, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
So that's 60 damage.
Whoa.
Oh, buddy.
Wow.
So you see this like leaping from the wall, this wave of what looks like undulating broken glass made of light just pierce right through and across him. And Larry's gonna go,
You've been hiding this the whole time?
I don't know, just shrugs.
Well, don't stop now. Keep going.
A slight amendment to that for flavor purposes. So as you are redirecting that beam of light at Dracula, he begins to glitch in and out of existence between the ethereal and material planes, and you happen to hit him mid-phase for critical damage.
Critical damage. Thornburg! We'll get you out of there, I hope. As he's like,
We're gonna try!
Oh!
And now it is the lair action. So, everybody re-roll initiative as Dracula hisses and howls in pain as he's glitching in and out of existence. Psychic warbles emanate from out of him, and your perceptions of time get skewed again.
As Dracula howls, the dark mist disappears, and Eric's like, "Oh, my maracas!" Don't forget to add into our new initiative, our boy, Eyeballs McGee.
All right, so new round, reshuffled initiative. So Larry, it is your turn.
Oh, be careful, Larry.
All right, Larry's feeling good. And then seeing Vordenberg kind of affect Dracula is going to run up, hit him with the scythe. Does a natural 20 hit.
Does a nat 20 hit?
I'm sorry. Did you get 3 in a row?
Unnatural.
Okay. Yes, an unnatural 20 hits.
Oh my god.
I was like, sure.
Okay. I'm making up for the tower. No. I rolled a 10. I rolled a meager 10, but the scythe is a plus 10 to hit.
An unnatural 20 will hit.
Unnatural 20. And I'm going to activate Booming Blade as well. So he will take 13 damage. I'm going to use my bonus action for Maddening Hex.
If you do that, you will not also be able to do the Soul Rend.
Oh! Well, I take that back. We're here to Soul Rend.
All right, so that is, I believe, a Charisma saving throw.
Yes.
That is a 25.
You hear
yeah.
the sound of sliding metal as a pair of silvery barbs wrap around that 25 and pull it away.
Oh!
The advantage will go to Larry.
Thank you, what a homie.
And with that silvery barbs, that is a 10.
Yeah! DC 16!
Wow.
Yes! Oh!
Yeah!
Get out of there,
Thank
Vordy.
you,
Oh, don't
Erik.
cheer too soon. I have a nasty feeling.
Your feeling
that's
is correct.
right.
Ugh.
Yeah, I just remembered it.
As you begin to rend the soul of Vordenberg
No!
out of Dracula, and he is glitching in and out of the material and ethereal planes, he forcibly draws it back in, and he is down to only one more legendary resistance.
Oh.
We gotta burn that before we can get Vordenberg out.
Okay. But good to know.
All right, and does that end your turn?
Larry, if you have any more movement, I suggest you run away.
Oh, all right. Message received, and he's gonna just back right up to where Phantom is.
So now it is Dracula's turn.
Eyes on me, Vlad. Eyes on me. Come on.
I don't know if you're on a first name basis.
And his breath weapon is recharged.
Oh, fuck.
Does it have to be?
So he is going to pull back.
I don't like that.
Now he can't get everyone.
Ooh, yeah, we made it really inconvenient. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Who's he going after?
Who has upset him the most?
Exactly.
I think Larry, because he tried to rip a soul out.
No! Shut up, Ben!
I don't
Shut
know.
up, Ben!
Maybe.
I mean, me, because I told him to come in. No, focus on me. Me, you want me. I'm the bigger threat. Ignore the guy with the scythe.
So the way that this cone is currently situated, it will hit Larry, and it will either hit Phantom or Mary.
Hit me. Come on.
Call it evens or odds.
Evens.
Evens. is gonna hit you.
All right. I asked for this.
All right, so the emblem of the dragon on his chest plate will glow as he draws the shadows into himself. His eyes light up red. He holds out his hands and he fires off a concussive wave of necrotic energy.
Oh, hell, some part of me remembers this.
So both Larry and Mary, that is a dexterity saving throw. The DC for this is 18.
I'm gonna use that inspiration from the silvery barbs.
Okay, I got 16, but I'm resistant to necrotic.
So you will not succeed on the save, but you will take half damage.
I can live with that.
I used the silvery barbs reroll. I got an 11 minus 1, which is a 10. What is the bardic dice at this point? It's a
D10.
If I roll really high, that would do it.
You would need to roll at least an 8.
At least an 8. The odds aren't good with that. I am also resistant because of my card of the day. I think I'm gonna tank it.
Okay. And the spawn succeeded on the save.
Of course it did.
Being necrotic damage, she is resistant to it, so she will take quarter damage.
Low rolls, low rolls, low rolls.
So that is 60 damage. So Mary and Larry, you will each take 30 damage
Okay.
because of your
All right,
resistance.
well, there goes my temp HP.
And the spawn will take 15.
Okay, my temp HP is burned up and I take 19 damage.
Jeez, LaRue, you guys.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm at 55 out of 101. I'm okay. I'm still okay. I'm
Oh yeah, Larry taking that hit is like brought down to one knee and is like holding on to the scythe for dear life, but he's still up.
Also,
He's
concentration
still up,
save
baby.
for your wall of light, Larry.
No! God damn it. So that is 15.
Yeah, 15 would be the DC.
Okay.
It is a constitution saving throw.
Come on, Larry.
That won't do it. I think this wall is important enough to keep up. We gotta keep up the Dracula fuck zone, so we're gonna roll the bardic on this. Ooh, it's a 10!
Ooh.
Still up.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Fuck you, Dracula.
Since you're standing right next to Erik, Erik leans over like, it is so important that we keep up the Dracula fuck zone. Please, please, please. I'm inspiring you right now. Please, please, please.
Yep. You got it. We're doing it. Got this, buddy.
Oh yeah, where's Kilmarnock?
He's on his way.
Okay.
We have to wait for the WWE music to start playing.
Behold this steel chair.
He's coming from the top rope.
He uses one of his eye stalks for an elbow drop.
God, I love that guy.
And he is going to roll perception on Jack.
Don't you dare.
And that is a 30.
Rip.
So, with his action being the breath weapon, he's going to bonus action shadow warp to the painting.
Excuse me, you're not allowed. Do not disturb.
And will loom over. And that's all he can do on his turn.
I'll take it.
What are you gonna do? You can't move closer to
No,
him.
I have to run.
You physically cannot get farther away from him currently.
I can't? Oh.
You're in the painting.
No.
You would have to come out of the painting. So you are stuck in place and have disadvantage on
You're
everything.
cornered.
This ducking guy. Dan, how dare you?
I can't help but notice that you've been a bit more aloof than the others.
My heart's just racing. Just bum, 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 bum.
Everyone else has taken theirs. So take your shot. And it is your turn.
What a
Hey,
jerk.
this guy.
God, he's really cool though.
He is.
Hold on. I might have something. Ooh. Dan, you said I have to be able to see him, right?
Yes.
I have smoke bombs.
Ooh.
If I were to pop a smoke bomb, would I be able to run from him?
I would allow that. You would be temporarily blinded.
Do you want to choose a direction in which I go? And it's just my full movement?
I will do that. I'm going to roll a d4.
Okay.
And
Don't tell me.
It's into the wall of light.
I also have my grappling hook, so that gives me the 60 feet of movement instead. I think that uses up all of my resources, though.
Yep, that would use up all of your resources. That would get you 30 feet away, but in the wall of light.
Oh, I wouldn't go past the wall of light.
You would not. You would end in the wall of light.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's all I can do.
So what is the wall of light damage? That is...
48.
Is there like a save for that or no?
No, you end your turn there. You just get it. Do I have to roll?
If you don't want to, I can roll it, but...
Dan, you do it.
That will be 15 radiant damage.
Okay, that eats through my temporary, for sure.
And you would be blinded, but ironically, that's how we got into this mess.
And you can go ahead and remake that wisdom save.
Hell yeah, let's maybe try and get something out of this.
Woo!
This fucking guy tried to lock me in my own damn painting. Oh, that's an 18. Yay!
All right, so you are no longer frightened.
Yay!
Your poor thin eyelids.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Phantom, it is your turn.
I'm going to need you to be much more careful, mon ami, as Erik puts his hand on Larry's shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and level 4 this here healing word.
Oh, thank you, bud.
Plus the modifier, so 18.
Oh, hell yeah, that's more than my remaining hit points.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, back in the game, buddy.
And then Phantom's gonna look over at Dracula and it's like, man, this guy's really not going down. And he walks over to his wall of light. He pulls out just like an old lever action rifle made out of light construct. Spell shoots it at Dracula.
That's so cool.
I've got a nasty feeling a 17 might not do it.
A 17 will not do
Larry, how come your wall's so much better than mine? It's frying Dracula, it's frying Jack. I mean, there's so much it can do.
Hey, your wall's done some good stuff too. If it wasn't up in the first place, I think we'd be in a way stickier situation.
It would not be called the Dracula fuck zone.
It wouldn't be.
In any case. And Phantom Erik will run 30 feet-ish further away from Dracula a little bit closer to Mary.
In the opposite way that this benefited Larry, he will glitch in between planes and glitch around your beam of light.
This is bullshit!
And he is going to clutch onto his chest as he begins seething and says,
Oh.
I am growing incredibly tired of all of this. And then you begin to feel a warbling in the air.
Oh, I hope it's our friend, please.
As ethereal smoke begins to bloom.
Yes.
Oh, and merging through dimensions and planes of existence, several eyes begin to pop into existence.
Here we go.
With a bellowing command.
Say it. Yes.
And Dracula's just going to look compoundingly annoyed.
Oh, no. Aw.
Yeah.
And now it is Kilmarnock's turn.
There he is, hell yeah.
He is going to shoot 3 eye beams. So the first ray is a mottled green seizure ray. So Dracula will make a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for the next minute.
Can he be poisoned?
Unfortunately, he can't.
Burn the legendary resistance.
On a thing he can't suffer from?
Yes.
It would be nice.
It would be very
I know.
kind.
It would be really nice.
Then he will roll to save against the Doom Ray, which this is weird for non-player characters because this affects death saves. He succeeded, so it doesn't matter. And then the third ray will be the Streaky Black Death Ray.
Yes.
Which is necrotic damage.
Which he's immune to.
Still cool, though. I remember that ray. That ray took out Mary.
Which, yeah, he fails on this one, but he is immune to necrotic damage, so it does nothing.
Biscuits.
Boo.
Imhotep, who is like on the ground being beaten up, hears the behold and just has this like really intense moment of that's right, I did this. Watches all three of them happen. Hey, kill Marduk! Is that it?
Hey, how about you not be like that, Imhotep? Because oh my god, if one of those beams hit us, it's over.
Exactly.
Admittedly, a lot of my focus this round was on making my entrance.
And it was so cool. It was amazing.
It was a pretty good entrance. It was a pretty good entrance. I'll give
really
you that.
awesome entrance, even though I couldn't see it, but it sounded
really
awesome.
good.
I will admit, you have a certain presence about you.
No, shut up.
Yes. Wait,
Shut your face.
Stop
Shut your
charming him.
face.
No, don't do that again.
And Kilmarnock will fly 20 feet closer, and that's his turn.
Don't you dare, you charming man.
Does Kilmarnock's anti-magic eye have any effect on Dracula? Like for shadow warping and shit like that?
It does. However, if his eye is currently open, then Imhotep is within that anti-magic beam.
Imhotep's gonna move.
So yeah, I will say that Kilmarnock's anti-magic eye is open, which is a 150-foot cone.
Oh, buddy.
Bonkers.
For once in his life, Phantom does not want to draw attention. Keep that eye the fuck away from me.
But does that also mean that he's going to eat up some of that wall of light?
Yes.
Damn it!
Here's what I will do. I will say that central eye is closed.
Okay, I think we'll deal with
I know.
Dracula's
Bullshit.
nonsense.
As long as he doesn't do one of his legendary actions right this instant.
Would you say that out loud, you absolute Crunchwrap Supreme?
Dan.
Well, I feel like I kind of have to now, but
No, please. I spent so long setting myself up. I was gonna take the prone just for the drama of it.
take your drama.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm gonna just take the prone and just fall. But can I like fall with style and as I do cast my dawn spell?
Just remind me what I have to do.
There is a 30-foot radius cylinder that is 40 feet high of pure sunlight, and anything within it takes 4d10 radiant damage on a failed, what is it, dex save.
Oh, we killed Jed.
Did I hit
Hell
Jack
yeah.
with it? Oh shit.
Yeah, he's in there.
Don't worry, he's got good dex and he has evasion if he passes, so.
Yeah.
So Dracula succeeds on his dex save,
Damn it.
but since this is sunlight, he will automatically take 20 damage.
Good.
I do have a question.
Yes.
What if the silvery barbs were to affect him passing that dex save, though?
Well, then he will roll again.
Hell
Woo!
yeah! Advantage, Mary.
Yeah.
And then what's the dex save?
Yay, thank you.
The dex save is 17.
And that was a 2,
Okay.
which, no, it was not. And he is out of legendary resistances.
You know what? I'll take it. I will take
So he succeeds, so he will take the normal amount of damage that this would do anyway. It will not be double damage, and he won't be blinded, but he will, because it is sunlight, he will automatically take an additional 20 damage.
it. So, what about the bride?
That's a fail.
23, so if it's doubling up for her, then it's 46. And Drac takes 23. And did Jack make the save?
Yes, I did have to burn a luck point for that. So I got a 20 on the dex save, and with my evasion, that lets me dodge everything.
Good job dodging the sun? What?
Hell yeah. I'm still standing.
Mary just looks over to Phantom and is like, you know what? At this point, I just stopped questioning what he can do a long time ago.
I made a mistake. It was supposed to be a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that would not change anything for either Dracula or the bride, but
But we did kill Jack.
we did
Never
kill
mind.
Jack.
Yay.
Yeah.
Jack's dead.
Yeah. Because that actually takes my save down to a 13.
Then you're going to take 23.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. Imhotep. Ow.
I'm sorry. You at least get a nice tan.
It still hurts.
Isn't your skin supposed to like bounce all this shit off? How is that? Your invisibility sucks.
I'm not good at comebacks.
Did Did Team Dracula do any damage to you, or are you wrecked 100% off friendly fire?
I think it's all friendly fire.
I was wrecked on friendly fire.
Oh.
I plead oopsie daisy.
So, does that end your turn?
Can I bonus action try to pull the spear out?
I will say you can do that with a bonus action. No check, you are just able to do that.
Hey.
Mary! Holds it and waves it in the air above his head.
Thank you.
All right, so, as a legendary action,
Oh no.
as he is being microwaved by the sun, he is going to recoil out of the radius of the dawn and retreat back into the dim light. He is not shadowed or hidden or anything. He is just no longer in the sun. And Mary, it is your turn.
You son of a bitch, get your ass back here. I am not done with you, Fang Face. Get your fucking hat over here.
Third one's the charm.
Damn it, I'm really mad at myself right now. I feel stupid. I didn't invoke the name of Ra.
And your heart feels a little bit heavier.
No!
I summon Teritrum back. Put it on my, just put it where it goes. It keyblades away. And Kilmarnock is floating, right?
Yes.
Cool. So this isn't going to affect him. I'm going to use my bonus action to bring down Thunderbringer.
All right, so that is a strength saving throw.
That it is.
And that is a nat 1. Ooh.
Yes! He takes 2d8 and is knocked prone.
All right, so that would be 4d8. He is resistant, so that would be cut in half. So this will deal the normal amount of damage that it would do.
All right, so 2d8 thunder damage. Okay. So 6 plus 8, that's 13, right? Oh no, that's 14. That's 14 damage. Math, I can't math.
Yes, that would be 14.
Okay, he takes that, and I am gonna swing with Thunderbringer on his head.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, I rolled a 19 on my first one. It's a plus 11 to hit.
That will hit.
12 halved, so he takes 6 damage.
Okay.
Second attack. 27.
A 27 will hit.
8 damage, he gets 8 damage.
All right. Then I'm assuming that ends your turn.
That ends my turn.
I felt really safe when Mary was standing here next to the bride and me. I feel a lot less safe at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're about to feel still less safe as a legendary action. Dracula is going to shadow warp behind you.
After I just bring the hammer down on his face and he poofs away, I'm like, oh, really? I tell you what I could bring and you poof away? All right, I see how it is. Come on!
And then, as a legendary action, Kilmarnock is going to fire an I-beam.
Oh!
This is very funny.
That is a 6 for the I-beam, so that is a sludgy crimson blood ray. So Dracula will have to make a
gross.
Constitution saving throw.
Dracula loves it. Oh no!
Nom, 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 nom.
That is a 22, so he will save on that. So now it is the Spawn's turns.
Yay.
So the one that is in the dawn light is going to use a dash action to get just outside of it, take full movement and dash.
Nice.
And then the other Spawn is going to attempt to go after Phantom. It will be with disadvantage because she is blinded. So she is going to make a claw and bite multi-attack. That is a 17 on the claw.
Okay.
And then a 2 on the bite.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll take it. My AC is insurmountable.
Yeah. So with the claw, she is going to, rather than deal damage, grapple you, and then try to go in for a bite, but being blinded will just miss completely.
Ma'am, your husband is right there.
So now it is the lair action. A magical, psychic cloud of necrosis will begin to swirl around you, Larry, as you feel yourself psychically bound and linked to Dracula. So anytime he takes damage for this next round, you will have to make a saving throw or take half damage. It will be a Constitution save.
Come on, man. 3's the crowd.
So Larry, it is your turn.
All right. Well, we're about to wreck myself. Well, I'm on a mission. I'm gonna run up to Dracula, activate my booming blade. We're gonna do that. I can booming blade as an action, part of my melee attack. That is 17 plus 10 to hit. Oh, did he move?
He did, so he should have taken the damage then.
The 2d8, yeah. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, so 4 damage. But I will once again hit him with that booming blade. He's going to take 10 plus 6 damage from my slash.
So 16?
Mm-hmm. And bonus action to soul rend, now that he is out of legendary resistances. Come on, come on, come on.
And that is an unnatural 20.
Ooh.
Don't stop.
Stop it!
Just tell him you can't do that.
I think Dracula has disadvantage.
Just cause.
For being a big ol' meanie.
That's true.
Big
I
ol'
hadn't
meanie.
considered the big ol' meanie penalty.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, also, Larry, you will take 8 damage.
Do I roll Constitution?
Oh, yeah, roll Constitution.
Oh, well, I'm probably going to take 8 damage. That's 4 plus 2.
So, yeah, you will take 8 damage.
So, yeah, I'm going to bring down my scythe through Dracula, trying to fish and find Vordenberg. But then I feel that same clawing pull through me, and I'm like, ah! And pull away. And with that, I'm going to skedaddle 10 feet towards Phantom's Wall
I was
of
gonna
Light.
say, y'all should like get away from them so that I can move my sunlight.
But that's my turn.
So that ends your turn. As a legendary action, Kilmarnock is going to fire off another beam
Oh,
as he announces...
please let it be the chains.
Your luck will need to run out eventually.
That's what I'm saying. He gets it.
It is the Enchaining Ray.
Hell yeah!
Thank God.
So a gleaming bluish-gray beam of chains will fire out at Dracula. He will need to make a strength save. That is a 14 on that strength save, and the DC was 17.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Kilmarnock.
So he is restrained.
Good. Good.
Erik and Dracula do that like sitcom thing where we look at each other in the same situation and shrug like, well, what do you do?
And now it is Dracula's turn, so what he is going to do...
Oh no!
He's not going to bother trying to get out, but since Phantom is directly in front of him and is restrained...
Oh no!
He is going to bite and make 2 sword attacks. So...
The wife just holds him up.
Yeah. So the bride that I have just decided right now is Lucy.
Oh no.
Will hold Phantom up to the restrained Dracula, who will go in for a bite.
You two have a beautiful partnership.
That is a 21.
Does hit, if you can believe it.
I'm going to just roll the 2 swords right now, too. They're probably both going to hit. They're both going to hit. Basically, from what I understand of your AC, only a nat 1 from Dracula would miss you.
That does track.
So, for the bite, that is going to be 20 piercing damage, plus 12 necrotic damage, and Dracula will heal for 12.
Okay.
And your max HP will go down by 12.
Oh my God.
Yep. I'm measuring.
Jesus.
And then with the 2 Vorpal Greatsword attacks,
No!
that will be 10 damage and 14 damage.
Erik is dead. And not downed. Dead. After the 2 max HP reductions, my max HP was 29. And I'm at negative like 35.
All right. Please describe your final moments.
Erik is, wrestling against the Bride of Dracula. He sees the bite come in. It rips a bunch of his life away. The Sea Sharp comes swinging as if to, get revenge on it. But Erik, waves it away. And he looks into Dracula's eyes and he says, I got my last chance to be redeemed, and I took it. I would love to see you take this opportunity. But as he reaches out, boom, Vorpal blade up through his back, basically. eviscerates him, turns, rips him in half. Now there is an ugly face half on one side and a pure, regular-looking man half that sloughs off on the other side.
Oh my god.
The wall of light from him fades out.
Farewell to the Phantom.
Oh my god. It's a boy.
And what I will do for you, Aaron...
Wait.
Oh.
You are not doing it again,
I
goddammit.
have Revivify this time. As long as it is within the minute, I can drop my sunlight and I can revivify.
That's true.
Is Revivify concentration?
No, but my sunlight is.
What? But you can just cast non-concentration spells without dropping concentration.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Daniel.
Daniel, you have not been playing a cleric this whole time and you did not know that. Daniel!
What is... Oh.
So yeah, if you can get him within the next minute,
Which is 6 rounds. 10 rounds, right?
basically by the end of the fight, if you can revivify him, you can stop his soul from passing on, reconstitute his body, and keep him going.
Okay, new mission.
Well, all right.
I believe in all of you. You got this.
Well, in the meantime, I will still do the thing that I was going to do for you, Aaron. So for the rest of this fight, you're going to be Kilmarnock.
Fuck Erik. What the hell?
Behold, I'm kicking your ass.
Yeah.
So, Grayson, it is your turn.
I hate to say this, but I believe I'm still blind.
You are still blind.
Yeah, I don't think I could really do anything helpful at the moment. Jack's gonna pull his grapple gun and know the general direction in which he needs to go, and shoots it into the wall in the southeast corner and pulls himself the full 60 feet. And then I think I still have a bonus action, so bonus action hide.
Okay. So now it is Kilmarnock's turn.
Behold.
Kilmarnock will float 20 feet, kind of closer to Mary.
That's a cool hammer, but watch this. Behold.
3 eye rays. Let's find out what they are.
This is awesome.
A terror ray. A wavy purple ray shoots out of one of his eyes, obviously at Dracula. Make a DC 17 wisdom saving throw.
Is he immune to fear?
We'll find out, I guess.
He also succeeded, so...
So the answer is yes. This round at least.
Okay. His luck maintains.
A gleaming blue-gray enchaining ray.
Hey!
Does the first enchaining ray stay if a second enchaining ray goes out?
I believe they stack.
Sick.
Sweet.
The beholder will then also bind the bride of Dracula that did hold up Phantom for the combo move.
No one over there will move.
And Lucy saves.
Damn it.
The beholder will lash out at Lucy for saving on that last one and shoot its streaky black death ray at Lucy.
Hell yeah.
DC 17 dexterity.
And that does not save.
Yes.
I assume that they are resistant to necrotic.
They are, but it is almost impossible for her to survive this.
Does 20...
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah!
Didst thou all behold?
I beheld.
Oh, I beheld, all right.
That'll be his turn.
All right, then as a legendary action, Dracula's going to make an attempt to escape the enchaining ray.
You've done enough.
So that is a 21.
That'll do it. Wah, wah.
Ooh.
But that's going to take up one of his legendary actions. And now it is Imhotep's turn.
Okay, so I have to spend half of my movement to get up because I'm prone. I'm going to, as a bonus action, I'd like to move the pillar of sunlight and then hope that I'm not hitting anybody.
All right, so Dracula's going to immediately take 20 damage.
And then he has to do a con save at 17.
That is a 21.
Damn it!
So he will still take full damage. He just will not take double damage.
Right.
And there is no possible way for the other remaining bride to survive this, so...
Hooey! Dracula is going to take 37 damage.
Oh!
Holy moly.
Imhotep kind of stands and just points at his eyes red, his bandages going crazy, and he's like, do you know how hard I worked to keep that man alive? If he dies here, you are dying with him. If he doesn't die here, I mean, you're still dying here.
All right, and does that end your turn?
I don't think I have any bonus actions I can do. So, yeah, I'm just kind of making my way there.
As a legendary action, I'm going to shoot another I-beam and hope for a chain one. Oh my god, that's an 8. A gleaming blue-gray and chaining. DC 17.
And that does not save.
Fucking finally!
All right, and Mary, it is your turn.
All right, I pop the lodestone. I run my 40. I leap up and I fly the extra 30 to get up to him. I'm going to swing to hit with Thunderbringer. And if this hits, I have a very, very specific thing I want to do.
I know exactly what you want to do. Roll to hit.
Okay, it's a plus 11 to hit. Come on, baby. 17! 17 plus 11, 28.
A 28 will hit.
I'm going to use my last spell slot for Divine Smite.
Do it.
So as I fly up to him, I take the javelin. I shove the javelin into a part of Thunderbringer that punches it in. And as I bring the hammer down and the javelin right into his heart.
Ooh.
Roll damage.
That is, and I'm raging still, so that's a 3 plus 7, 10 plus 2, 12. But I assume that's halved because he's resistant.
Yep, and now the Divine Smite.
Cool. 2d8. That is going to deal 6.
And 6 is the exact amount of hit points he had left.
I was afraid that he was going to have another 50.
So, with the knowledge that this will end with him poofing into mist and teleporting away to his other coffin, describe your killing blow.
As I reach and I slam the hammer down into him, I just yell, "This is for Carmilla!" I unlodge it and I slam the hammer into the javelin, piercing it further into his heart. It's like, "This is for my friends! And this last one!" As I raise it, and right before I slam it down, I go, "Vordenberg, I'm sorry. This is for the Phantom!" And I slam the hammer down. I know you're not done yet, you son of a bitch. But I'm gonna do this again. And I'm gonna make sure you can't come back from it.
Real quick point of order, I'm so curious, Dan. Maybe it can be a luck roll or something. Can the card captor's curse have pulled Vordenberg out when he missed poofs?
Dracula is not dead.
It's not even close enough, and it's not his soul either.
He is at 0 HP, but he is not dead.
Damn it. All right, well, sorry, Larry, I tried.
Nah, I guess I asked.
Jordan did ask off-screen.
Seeing Dracula poof away and his mists rush out of the building, Larry's gonna finally...
I will say, whatever you guys do, he has not poofed away yet.
Oh, what is he doing?
Do your things first.
All right, well, I guess with Mary turning and leaving and rushing back to Phantom, Larry's still, squat down by the coffins, unblinking, not breathing, staring at the corner with Dracula now just bloodied and maimed. And he's gonna inhale, line up his hand to a corner of the wall of light, flick it, and send just a shrieking, screaming ray of this fragmented light right into that corner, just to make sure. And these shards of light are gonna clamber and tear and rip and shred as much as they can.
And as you launch that last bit of light towards the body of Dracula, impaled, spasming, glitching between planes of existence, and he begins to disintegrate, the beam stops. Dracula's disintegration stops. Everything stops as the 9th level spell Time Stop takes effect. You briefly stop the flow of time for everyone but yourself. No time passes for other creatures while you take 1d4 plus 1 turns in a row, during which you can use actions and move as normal. So let me see how long this will last. For 24 seconds, time is frozen, as Dracula has not yet disintegrated. You feel all of your limbs stop in place. Everything is heavy and silent for a moment, as you hear echoing through the room around you a slow laugh that begins to distort.
I knew it. I knew it.
No.
And in the back of the room, the covered body of the flesh golem explodes with red light seeping out from underneath the body bag. And you hear, echoing around the room, and a look of confusion and fear passes over Dracula's face as he is still frozen mid-disintegration.
They have bested you once. You have no more escapes. Relinquish the soul to the cage or perish.
And the room begins to waver and distort as you can feel all of you beginning to sink into the floor.
Ew.
No. No, no, no.
Blood begins to slowly seep up from the ground beneath you. The walls begin to waver, and like a thin membrane, zombified hands begin reaching out from all around. And Dracula unfreezes. He is continuing to disintegrate. And he says, "My time has passed 3 times before. I will not extend it this time on your behalf." And time unfreezes for everyone else.
Whoa!
As you have approximately 6 seconds before it is too late to save Phantom and before Dracula disintegrates. Imhotep can get to Phantom if he does not help with Dracula.
Right.
As the ground begins to shake and waver beneath you, blood begins to whirlpool up around you, and those hands begin clawing out and reaching all around, and energy begins to spike from the gurney beneath the body bag where the flesh golem is. And if you can get Larry to the body within 6 seconds, I will let you make one last soul rend.
I can fly him.
Does Mary have enough movement? Because he was originally near Dracula.
I have the broom.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have the broom.
Okay, well, I feel like Mary can at least get Larry to Jack, and then Jack can grapple.
I'm so far away from Dracula. I'm 80 feet away.
Let them shepherd you, our sweet boy.
So I can grab Larry, get him here, and then Jack, you can grapple to him.
Is it from the body or from Dracula?
I thought it was from the golem. So meaning the body at the top.
If we want to rescue Vordenberg, we have to slice Dracula.
I mean, you tell me where you want to go, because I could get us there.
I mean, soul rending the body would pull out Renfield, which I feel like is sort of delaying the inevitable. So I say, let's freaking relay race Larry as a baton to Dracula.
Because with I'll also be able to take the help action because I'm only using an action for the grappling hook. So I could bonus action to help you with the soul rend, which gives you advantage.
Okay, so I'm going to fly up. I'm going to pick up Larry.
Fucking supersonic speed.
Down to here.
And Jack with like a bloody hand.
I do have the broom, and the broom gives me,
I think it was 50.
yes, 50, which would get me right in front of Dracula.
Roll animal handling.
Ooh, I could use a help action now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if Dan's cool with me taking it.
Yeah, bonus action help.
Yeah, I bring out the broom. It's wilding, it's bucking, it's almost tossing me over into the magic swirling floor. I rolled a nat 1. How do you help me out, Jack? How do you help me wrangle the beast?
Jack's gonna put his bloody hand on your shoulder and grab the broom and then try to steady it for you.
Okay. Oh, that is a 19 plus 2, 21.
Hell yeah.
The broom will get you there.
Thank you, Jack.
Save him.
Larry's gonna, on this broom, really looking like Sabrina, is gonna just go flying, dodging these hands, reaching out across the wall, feeling the swirling vortex of the floor, is gonna take the scythe and swipe it through Dracula's form. Roll to hit.
Dracula will not resist.
Okay. The blade, the scythe blade with the fangs of the wolf etched through it will cleave through his form. Seeing that he's not going to resist, do I glean anything from his expression, or is he completely stoic as he takes this hit?
He is completely stoic.
Interesting. I tear through him.
And Dracula evaporates into mist. And from that mist, barely holding together, glitching in and out of existence, is the tattered remains of Vordenberg's soul. And there is almost no trace of him left.
I reach out to his soul, trying to lend him some sort of support.
And the soul filters in to the playing card. And to take a description from you that you made jokingly off mic, it's like when a printer is running low on ink.
Oh.
The image of Vordenberg that forms on the card is a general outline with few details remaining.
I'm sorry we couldn't get to you faster.
So while everybody's running around doing all that stuff, all this craziness is happening, Imhotep takes his bandages and wraps them around his hands, and the runes on them begin to glow. And he kind of runs them over Phantom's body and chants, and his runes glow more. And he is doing all he can, beseeching the gods to say that it is not his time yet. There is still more that he needs to do. And being like, I know I did this once before, just I need him a little bit longer, pleading with whoever to bring the soul back.
As you make your pleas, as your bandages wrap him back together, without the extra, detailed rites and rituals, effectively makes a ramshackle mummy. Aaron, describe Phantom's return to 1 hit point.
First, Phantom's eyes shoot open, disoriented and afraid, and he immediately hides something, kind of behind his back in a pocket or whatever. But then he realizes sort of what's going on, not the blood floor, but the general vibe, and he gets a solemn look on his face as he realizes, Dracula was given every opportunity, and so whatever it was that the team did to him was probably well-deserved. He looks over at Larry holding up one of the cards. He probably assumes that Vordenberg's fine. And then he reaches up and touches Imhotep's face, and he says, "Thank you so much, and I'm glad you didn't die this time. I mean it."
He kind of undoes the bandages, kind of falls back a little bit. The next time you are pleading your own case or coming back.
Absolutely. And then Phantom reaches for the item that was hidden, and he pulls out a sandwich, and he takes a bite.
Oh, God damn it.
That's amazing!
Oh, my God.
And simultaneously, while that exchange has been happening, and while the other 3 were rescuing Vordenberg, the rumbling continues, and the lights grow brighter and more red And Imhotep, while you are putting all of your time and effort and energy into bringing the Phantom back from the dead, the Necronomicon begins to lift and float out of your pack. It flips itself open and begins to spiral as letters, words, and runes lift off from the page and begin to magnetically get drawn to this flesh golem. The body bag sloughs off, and this makeshift Frankenstein-inspired body is wrapped with the energy. It shoots up as it spasms, as light pours out of its eyes, as you feel the temperature of the room wildly fluctuate. And the runes and symbols wrap around the body, disintegrating in targeted points pieces of this flesh golem. The head melts away into nothing but skull that gets warped and stretched into a distended bestial jaw, and ram horns burst from the cap, curling around. The body begins to spasm as a second head sprouts from its back. With a eviscerated, ligamented arm, it reaches to that head, forcibly rips it out from the spine, and stiffens it into a staff of skull and bone.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck did you guys do while I was dead?
Killed Dracula and saved you.
From the open wounds, the skin flaps then stretch out into leathery bat wings. And wolf-like fur begins to sprout, covering the legs entirely, and the body inflates with decompositional bloat, growing bigger and more rotund.
My God. Dan, you're not.
Yeah, he is. Oh my God.
My God.
Oh,
I was not prepared for this.
not at all.
What is this? I don't know this.
Can I say what it is, Dan?
Go for it.
It's fucking Orcus himself.
He
summoned Orcus.
I mean, we didn't.
Shut up. We're part of this. Imhotep looks up, sees this. Would he recognize Orcus from having the conversations with Asmodeus about it?
I would say you would have pieced this together.
Everything, all of his bandages that are usually floating around, drop. And he just stares in abject horror at this thing that is standing before us.
And with what remains of a familiar laugh, it begins to float up as more of these corpses begin to pull themselves out from the walls. And bones, muscle, and sinew begin to drift up from the bloodied floors beneath you. And he begins to fly away before stopping in place. He almost looks as though he is restraining himself, looks back towards where the corpse of Dracula was, and says with a strain,
First.
And begins to change direction, watches as the mist flies off towards the Church of St. Mary in Fairstead, and he looks down at all of you, starts to hold up a hand, and then with a strain, lowers it, and says,
This is my last mercy on you. Be smart for once and take it. I will only hold back so much.
and lifting up to the roof, making a familiar move of scratching into the fabric of reality, leaving behind a trail of blood through the sky. He lifts up through the castle and leaves. And the ground rumbles as everything is soaking with blood. You are all together and alive, but barely, and you have a window to escape.
We should go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's haul ass.
Imhotep is gonna prop up Phantom.
Nope, I will princess carry him. I can still fly.
Okay, I will not prop up Phantom.
I will princess carry him and I will fly him out.
Whoever can't move quickly, I can put him in the painting and get us out of here.
I'm still a wobbly need mess.
Get in.
Hey, I've got a broom.
Come on, y'all.
And Kilmarnock, having beheld all of that, stares stunned.
How you doing, buddy?
You have all beheld the tome that contains my knowledge stolen from his domain.
It was from his domain. Why did I not think about that? I really did not put two and two together. The demonic book called the Necronomicon. I should have put it together.
Can we have this conversation outside?
I still have my grievances with you, but now is not the time. We must
Great Kilmarnock.
consolidate.
Oh yeah, if you're already on board. Yeah. I was gonna beseech you, but that's fine.
And he will trail behind as you all make your way back from whence you came.
Oh, it's all bloody
And
now.
all of the pathways that you have
Icky.
once come from have a trail of blood as it begins to pool up and flood the castle.
Ugh, gross.
You make your way back through all of the open entrances and see his influence spilling out of the castle itself onto the city streets of London.
And it looks like his influence is blood.
And everywhere you look, townspeople are in a panic. Dracula's forces, the commoners, the demons, everything are scrambling as the demon prince of Undeath, Orcus, flies overhead and begins to assemble an army.
Oh my god.
My God.
We are the outcasts, misfits you might say. We deal with the nightmares that you run away from every single day. We know the world is a gruesome little place, but us outsiders, we've developed quite a taste for the grisly and morbid, the ghastly and the horrid. We know it's awful, dreadful, but we like it. Just another haunted night, shrouded with unearthly fright. So when you're oh so terrified, you know who to call. The world is falling apart, we'll never take it to heart. Some monsters and creatures and spirits and specters and all, let's all have a ball.
Well, I have a +7 in my intelligence, so bring it.
You have
Nice.
a +7 intelligence?
Oh, sorry. I mean, that's saving throw. It's a +3 in just regular.
Like, buddy.
Can you believe that I also have a +3 in intelligence? You went to
Hell
school and got a doctorate, and I grew up in a sewer, and we are equally smart.
Yeah, he went to school, but then he went into crime and just simply like ditch the books. So like maintaining
I was going to
that
generously say that it was culture points that was raising Phantom's intelligence, not docking Jack.
Yeah.
Which is both crime smart. Crime is the only measure of intelligence.